in the morning, 20 to 3 on Wednesday, the 23rd of March. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. June 2021. So I finished work around about 1:15, and oh dear, I missed the first bus home. I did, and the next bus was around about 20 odd minutes, so I thought I'd walk a little bit up, and as I'm walking I was not quite at the bus stop and the bus goes past. Hello, hi Bobby, and the bus drives past, and I know there weren't going to be another one for at least another 20 minutes. So I just kept on walking, and it's, oh sorry, I'm out of breath because I just walked up the hill that is the daddy of all damn hills, Sydenham Hill. It is an absolute bitch to walk up, and I've got a heavy backpack on. Ha. Anyway, I'm nearly home. I'm walking a longer way today. I walked pretty much the bus route home until I got to Sydenham Hill, and I forked off to walk up the hill and go that way. But walking this way adds an extra mile. But it's exercise. It's all good, it's exercise. So today, or within my working pattern, I would have walked about 12 miles. So that's good. I'm losing weight as well, and I genuinely am. I'm losing weight. I think I'm around about 7 pounds from my target weight. Yes, that's good. And then from my target weight, I try and set myself another target and push for that. But I am nearly home. So what I want to talk about is, while I've got about a mile left or so, is I've been back at work about a month, okay? And I drive my bus up and down London. I do. Well, yeah, walking's good, walking's great. I actually love walking. It wouldn't actually be so bad if I never had this heavy rucksack on, because I can actually feel the sweat on my back, and it's really horrible. But anyway, so I've been back at work a month, and I've been driving my bus up and down London, up and down Regent Street in particular. And I heard about it, that the local council, whether Sadiq Khan was involved in it, I don't know, maybe he knew. But Regent Street is in one lane in either direction. One lane going that way, one lane going that way. And I've tried to see the good things about it. I really have. I've tried to see the bad things about it. And believe me, there are more bad things than good. I mean, during the day, and I mean this, whoever had the idea to reduce one of the busiest streets in London for traffic down to one lane, whoever had that idea must have been on crack. I'm talking like, seriously, must have had some kind of major head fart, right? Because every day I drive up and down that road about 9 times, right? And without fail, there will always be an ambulance trying to get down there, or a police car. And I haven't seen a fire engine go down there yet, but the thing is, they cannot do it. If there's an emergency, it ain't happening. Someone gonna die, right? That's just what is gonna happen eventually. If I stop at a bus stop and there's traffic behind me, everything, and I mean everything, gets thrown out of whack. There was a bus that broke down on Regent Street just before I started work last month, and the whole area was locked down for 5 hours. You know, it's like they've destroyed one of my favourite places. Regent Street is an actual gem of a place in London. You know, the architecture is amazing. There is amazing places to go and shop, amazing places to go and eat and meet friends and have a drink. You know, it's just that part of London I love, which is why I love driving my route up and down that part of the world. I really do. But it's been ruined by some idiot who thought it would be a smart idea to extend the pavements out. And I don't know, I can't understand whether it's for social distancing, because if it was for social distancing, it would be a temporary measure. But it doesn't look very temporary, it looks very permanent. Let's see what some of these comments say. I hope it isn't hot. Right now, you know what? I am absolutely baking. You know, it's overcast and it's muggy. It's very humid. You know, but saying that, it is nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's all good exercise. So what I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to make some tea. I'm going to put all of my clothes in the wash. I'm going to run myself a nice deep hot bubble bath and wash away all of the shit of the day so I can be fresh. Then I'm going to put on some pajamas and I'm going to go to bed in exactly that order. I might watch something on YouTube in that time just to drift off to, but who knows? Who knows? But it's the moment different. I mean, I've been doing the same job. I mean, all bar being off work for, and this is if you discount the 5 weeks I was working last year, 21 months. That's with the sick leave for the cancer and being furloughed. If you just forget the fact that I worked for 5 weeks last year, it's basically 21 months. And it's like I've never been away, but it's different. I can't quite describe it, but I'm going to try. So I'm not as stressed by a long shot as I was. Maybe it's because I'm back at work and it's only been 4 weeks. You know, there's time to grow. But I don't feel as pressured at all with the job. I mean, apart from the fact that I have back pain, like severe back pain, that's the only thing that really gets on my nerves, really. People don't so much get on my nerves. You know, we're back in the room. I've got a very bad We'll try that again. The connection is really bad. So if you get on the back door, I will ask you to pay your fare. It's as simple as that. However, if you come to me and you know, I mean, as long as I don't hear I lost my Oyster card, the same old crap, right? Because you haven't lost your Oyster card majority of the time. You've run out of money. But if you're honest with me, I'll let you go. You know, it's just don't lie to me. You know, especially late at night, because we all have places to go. You know, I'm not going to stop a child or young person or anyone vulnerable, and to be fair, anyone could be vulnerable or in distress, really. I'm not going to stop you from going home. Just don't try and sneak on. Just talk to me. I'm not a monster. But that's like all bus drivers. A lot of people think that the bus driver is a horrible person. We're not. Explain your situation, be polite, be civil, and say, look, I'm really sorry, I need to get home. I can't top up my Oyster card at the moment. I have got my Oyster card. You know, I'm whatever. and we're back in the room again. So majority of the time, the bus, we have to make sure that you are safe out on the street as well, because it's not nice being out and about by for you. You know, I don't let people stress me out. Other I mean, about bus driving and using the PA system, which my manager actually thought was quite good. And I did another one about bus drivers being sloppy, and I meant that. And I see a lot of bus drivers out there, especially when it's coming to the end of their shift or they're getting close to their terminus, driving like idiots. And there's absolutely no reason at all to be sloppy. You know, it does get to me a little bit, but not as much as it used to. Oh, leave until August. What? Oh, what's this? What? On leave until August. Okay. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yeah, a little bit of Captain Picard. I actually haven't had Earl Grey for years. I do like a bit of Earl Grey actually. It's a very acquired taste, a very fragrant aroma and taste to it. But so I'm finding a job. How can I? It's difficult to put into words. I'm not usually one that gets lost for words. I'm comfortable with it, even with COVID going round and this, that, and the other. I'm somewhat comfortable with the job because the cab, or the cabs in our buses at least, they really are sealed in. So I can't fault my bus company for the sealing of the cabs. And we're back in the room again. The buses in the cabs in particular are immaculate. Okay, so especially if I've got a morning, like an early shift, I'm very comfortable and I feel safe. Now, the procedure is when you take the bus over from the previous drop to sanitize the cab. I have got a bit of a problem with this though, because every 2 or 3 days someone goes into each bus and they use a very strong chemical inside the cab which actually lasts a good few days and kills all kinds of viruses over a long period of time. When you get in the cab and you're supposed to wipe the cab down, you're actually wiping that off. So I have got wipes. If they want me to do that, that's fine. However, I have got 2 bottles of disinfectant antiviral spray specifically in this bag which kill coronavirus COVID-19. So when the driver gets out, I let him or her leave, then I step on the bus and then I literally cover everything, the seat, the steering wheel, everything I have to touch. I cover everything in this stuff and it dries rather quickly and it smells quite nice, and then I am protected then and I feel a lot more comfortable, and I do that. So I'm quite comfortable at comfortable at work. I like driving. I always have done. I pretty much always will like driving. I enjoy driving my bus. I enjoy driving, in particular, my Boris bus. The LTs. They are so smooth to drive. The only bad thing about those buses, and I won't make this a secret, is in the older models, the older LT buses, the seats are so uncomfortable. They are contributing to my back pain, and that's not really fun. But on the plus side, they're good, they're decent to drive. They're just an all-round good experience. And the thing is, it's all down to the driver as well. So I'll always say that if you get on my bus, you will have a very comfortable ride. And I'm not just blowing my own trumpet here. Well, I am a little bit, but I have a right to say that because I was Camberwell finalist bus driver of the year 2019. I didn't win it. In fact, I purposely threw bus driver. I can quite comfortably say this now. I said back in 2019 I was going for bus driver of the year, and I did go for it, but I deliberately threw it because I knew that I had things happening with hospital and getting bad news. You know, so I deliberately threw it because I knew what was going to happen anyway. So the final would have been August the 31st, and it would have been in Blackpool, and I would have been in hospital at that time having chemo. So I kind of threw it a bit to dash the marks out, but my driving standard hasn't changed. I still have a very high quality standard of driving, and if you get on my bus, you'll see that and you'll feel that. You'll know that you're being driven by someone who cares. And it's not just me. There's a lot of other bus drivers out there with that same kind of mentality, who take pride in what they do. You know, it's like, here's the analogy, right? If you go to someone's house and they make you a cup of tea, right? That person will try, especially if they like tea, they will always say, I make the best cup of tea. And they'll always try and make you a damn good cup of tea. And I know it sounds weird, especially if you're in America, because we make tea different to the way you do, right? But there is a big difference in how you make tea. You know, you can tell a bad cup from a good cup. They're both still perfectly drinkable, but you can tell the difference between a cup and a bad cup, right? So you get on a bus with a bus driver, you know, you're going to go from A to B, but there's a difference between a good driver and a really good driver, okay? A good driver will get you there safely. A really good driver will drive and you will hardly feel the braking or acceleration. You see, hey, do you want to have this, right? It is basically 3 o'clock in the morning and the sun is starting to come up. How weird is that? I'm probably not going to get to sleep till around about 4 o'clock. Then I'll get woken up at around about 8 o'clock by my family saying goodbye, and then I'll go back to sleep and I'll wake up again at around about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then get ready for work and do the same thing all over again. But I take pride in what I do because it's the only job that I've got, so I have to be good at it. You know, some people don't care about what they do for a living, or they don't care how good they are at something. But for me personally, I take pride in driving my bus as comfortably as I can, because it's not just comfortable for you as a passenger, it's comfortable for me. I don't want to have to be driving around like an idiot, stressing myself out, you know, stamping on the brakes, stamping on the gas, because that doesn't do my back any favours. I'd rather drive smoothly for my own comfort as well as yours. So this is another thing that a lot of bus drivers should, if you're watching this, bus drivers, pay good attention, okay? Because you don't know, you could get anyone on the bus assessing you. You see, anyone can complain about your driving standard or lack thereof. So the easiest thing in the world for you to do is just relax and enjoy the drive. You'll find that if you enjoy what you do, then it will be so much more better for everybody. You'll find that your day will be so much less stressed if you just enjoy your drive. You know, from point A to point B, whether it's 3 miles or 10 miles, in whatever route you drive, just enjoy it. The more you enjoy it, It shows, and people understand that. They appreciate a better drive. Even if you think people don't appreciate that, it does get noticed by someone. And even if it doesn't get noticed by anyone, you can still take pride in the fact that you did the best you can. So this is why I'm enjoying work a bit more than I did before. You know, maybe it's a fresh perspective on things, given the fact that what's happened over the last 2 years, and that's a spider web in my face, I hate that. But maybe it's the fact that all the stuff that I've been through over the last 2 years has been a bit of an eye-opener for me. It's like, I just don't need any kind of stress. I don't need it. So I think it's a case of just taking things in my stride now, you know, just roll. And that was another signal dead spot. I do apologise, but you know, and we're back in the room again. So I don't think I'll be a bus driver for my life, but if I am, then I've got to make the most of it. You know, I've got to enjoy life while I still have it. You know, you start thinking to yourself, you know, it's like everything is so not worth stressing over when you realise how fragile life can be. So just enjoy what you've got while you've got it. So I'm enjoying my job while I've got my job, and if I end up moving on doing something different, I'm going to enjoy doing that, and I'll put 110% into that as well. So, but you know, that's just me. So anyway, I've rambled on enough at silly o'clock in the morning. I do appreciate everyone that has joined me for my part of the way home. I really appreciate that. So anyway, good morning everyone. You've been watching me on my little channel. I do appreciate everyone that joins, and I really do wish everyone has an absolutely wonderful evening, morning, and the rest of your day. See you later.